What's going on, guys? 2015 Chevy Colorado 2.5 liter 4-cylinder thermostat. Right here's the thermostat. The engine wasn't heating up. It'd get up to 160, 170 degrees and feel like the thermostat's hung open. I don't know if you can see it there or not, but right there it is. That's the old part. But putting it on is not too big a deal. It's pretty straightforward. You can look up in there and see that upper bolt. That's 10 millimeter, and the lower bolt is down in right there. Right there's your lower bolt, 10 millimeter. You clamp. That's one of them factory squeeze clamps, and them things are a pain in the butt to get to because you ain't got much room to work right here when you're doing it. So what I did was I took these little vice grip dudes here and set them up that big, and I clamped it all the way down, and it was short enough where you can get in there, and just clamped it down and pulled the clamp back on the hose and pulled it right off. And when I put it back together, I just did the same thing because I had my clamp back here on the corner of the hose about right along in here, so I was able to get them on there, and you clamp them shut and it holds it, and that way you can slide it on. You don't have to worry about squeezing and pushing at the same time, and it helps a lot. It's not too bad to do. The biggest problem you're going to have, or I had, was that electrical connector. I'm not a GM tech, and I don't know, you know, they have to make them different every year, and it takes a rocket scientist to figure out how to get them off. So I fiddled with it for a while, and I finally got it, and I can't sit here and tell you how I did it because I don't know. So anyway, y'all know how them things are. They change them every year. They always come up with a better idea, I guess. Anyhow, took the front, jacked it up, put jack stands under it, took the front tire off, took this inner fender out. It's pretty easy. You just got a few screws and some of these pull clips. You're going to need one of these right here, and this right here is a 15 millimeter that you're going to need for your screws. And that'll take your inner fender out and get it out of the way, which it goes right up across here. It hangs down a little bit right here. It's, you know, when you take it off, it really don't give you a whole lot of extra room, but you'll take anything you can get because it's so tight. It's kind of hard to get up in there and do it. But it's not too bad. I think the electrical connector is going to be probably your biggest issue, you know. So I put it back together now, and I'm going to go ahead and put the inner fender back on it, put the tire on it, and I'm going to use my airlift system to put the coolant in it. I might make a little video about that. Man, I'm telling you guys, y'all got to invest in one. I bought mine at Harbor Freight, and I love it. That thing is the bomb. It gets all the air out of the block. You flip the little switch over, and it sucks that coolant right up in there and gives you the correct amount right off the bat. So it's not too bad a job. I would say that I took the housing off first before I took that electrical connector off. It's hard to get to back there, and it's hard to work with. You got a little red clip thing that slides down, and then you got I don't know what you got to do. I just kept fiddling with it, and it came off finally. But it's a tough little dude. It may have been harder because I had the housing loose already. I don't know. But that's the way I did it, and I got it off and I got it back on there. So just a little video on this. I hadn't posted anything for a pretty good while. I've been pretty busy and stuff. And you know, here's a 10 millimeter right here that I used for the housing bolts. It's got the little swivel end on it. You know, I got my universal here somewhere. I don't know what I did with it, but I didn't even have to use it. So there's a few of the tools that I used. Make sure you got you a magnet, you know, magnet, and a headlamp. These things are the best thing since sliced bread. So anyway, that's just a couple tips on doing this. It doesn't seem too bad. The worst thing, like I said, is getting that electrical connector off. And once you get that off, it's pretty straightforward, not too bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the inner fender back in. I'm gonna squeeze this little piece here. I don't know, I took the two bolts out of it. I was going to slide my inner fender back in between right here and the fender, and then it just lays up in there, and put your screws and stuff back in it. Man, it's not too bad. It comes right out, and it's real flexible. You don't have to worry about it. It's easy to get out. So anyhow, I hope that helps some of you guys, and talk at you later.